Is there a way to be free and not go into the heaven or hell, the false light heaven or hell, the Elohim, the Sheol, the architect, or the oracle? That's where I'm at to realize, like, is there a way for us to just, especially the ones who are awakened, to create a world separate from them, like a gray world that is free from the darkness and from the light? That's why I say, or debug the name permanent salvation, to be free from all their lies, the circle of lies. Um, in some cases, I speculate that Earth is that place, but at the same time, it's not, because you deal with some influences from both realms. A self salvation world, heaven and hell world, holy hellfire. It's balance and imbalance at the same time. You deal with hierarchies, which is unfair, which is probably reflection of the heaven that you go to. If there's a system that you follow, and there's a God you follow, and you submit to Him or them, whatever, worship and glorify them, and that's like a prison to some. But then you think about going back to the oracle or to that dark place, that Sheol, that grave, and it's like it's balanced, but it's overly balanced. Like you performing to the point of complacency, complete complacency, and that's not good. That's like a hell too, which is probably why the one ran away from that zero, and formulated his prison matrix. Like I said, as above, so below. So as above the earth, so below the earth. So one, from the perspective of some, think that the hell is the heaven, and some people think the heaven is the hell. It's a prison to some in heaven, and it's a prison to some in hell. So that's why the act of procreation probably happens down here, but then you experience some effect of both here. And then that's what Christ stands in the middle of it. And we all stand in the middle because we like, that's why he chose to be celibate and to detach as much as possible in the world, because you experience both of that. So it's kind of like, it's like a prison in itself, but it's the closest thing to freedom at the same time. And that's why reincarnation comes in it. And that's why some people or beings choose to reincarnate here and procreate, because it's like you freeing yourself from their prisons. But then this is like a sub prison in itself. It's free to some degree, but you have to follow some form of rules. And in some cases, that's why some people choose to be bisexual or whatever. They go for both unionized, homogenous, and heterogeneous, because you don't want to be invested in either one completely, because you're always seeking to be liberated and free as much as possible in this realm. Um, but in some cases, I feel like homogeneous is the better union. But at the same time, it's like you're always seeking for freedom and peace, and it's not always good either way. And then what makes it bad, you bring others into this existence, into this mix. But from the perspective of ones who want to be pro-life or procreation, it's like you're breaking them free from the prison of the oracle of complete complacency. And if their spirits, you bring them from the light or heaven you freeing them from servitude or a hierarchy system or an imbalanced system. Even in heaven, I think it's imbalanced. That's why um, a betrayal happened in heaven as far as the angels and rebellion happened. Because it's like, why you have to worship one person when I can have the ability, or I can be a god or a being. And that showed that it wasn't a perfect place either, because some of the angels rebelled because either they wanted equality or they wanted to rule over the one that's ruling. But why would anyone see there's a problem in this rulage, in this reign? Apparently, that Heavenly Father, whoever, has issues as well for beings, the same sons, angels, to betray him. But then you see that throughout religious doctrines, whether it's Christianity or other religions, where there's beings not only they betray, but then how they punish their subjects or the ones that they're supposed to be ruling over. In this case, God ruling over the humanity, and they do things that is questionable as far as punishment, like causing the deluge, tearing down the Tower of Babel when humanity was coming together to work together to achieve a goal, to, I guess, to escape out of his prison or out of this world. Um, but they working together. You would think that'd be a good thing. My babies are working together, but then it's like it's going against his rule, because it's like if they can come together for this, tell them what they can come together to do, else to do, and don't tell them what else they're capable of doing if they come together on something else. So he had to cause division. Supposedly, that's the story behind it. Then it's the Sodom and Gomorrah, but going on about all these different examples of these questionable acts. But I took it as cleaning up his own mistakes, because if you read about other uncanny doctrine, it talks about how the angels um, failed and fought for those zeros, women's, and procreated, and they created Nephilim, but it became a problem to themselves. They Nephilim turned on their own parents, their own people, and started eating their people and causing even more chaos and evil. Besides um, introducing them to divinations, and they started using that for evil and good. And they weapons of war, which is used for evil and for good for them, because they're defending themselves and they're taking over others, so they're pillaging other lands, other opposing groups of people, and taking over their lands and taking over their spoils and taking the women and children for themselves and use them as slaves, whatever have you. So enslaving other nations. Like, it's just the chaos and the evil of creation, of forcing beings into existence, the damage that creation has caused, the chaos that creation has brought about, the evil and good that chaos creation has brought about. So that's why I'm always like against creation, or advocating to not procreate, because I'm trying to encourage people to clean up all the mess of creation and to go extinct. But the issue that they're probably having with that is, where do we go? Will we be automatically forced back into being with the oracle or the architect? Or is there a way to be free from both of them and stay in what I consider permanent salvation? That's why I take permanent salvation as it's like a middle point, or like close to like purgatory. A spirit's free from going to hell or heaven or anywhere. Combine that powers, spirit powers, to manifest a safe haven away from them. Um, so that's how I started to view the middle point. Um, but sometimes I just feel I speculate that the procreation is just they want me to view procreation as a safe mission or rescue mission because they simply just don't want to stop procreating. They want to keep people into sin because they see the benefits of sinning, doing evil, and see the benefits of doing good. But it's just the benefits of living. Even though the beings may be unborn and they don't really need any of it, some may believe that unborn is a prison because they speculate that they're in the matrix womb or they're in the vastness, like I was saying in my other videos, they're in the vastness subconscious or unconscious, um, living in subconsciously in the world of the subconscious mind of the oracle. So they're living in complete complacence, compliance in her perfectly micromanaged world. And then also speculate that the reincarnation occurs because they're freeing themselves from the hierarchy of the architect. And the architect is imbalanced and wants you to just be subjected to him and control everything. Not control everything, but possibly worshiping him, stand in your place. You don't have equal ruling. Um, you're you're still in some form of a prison because you can't do what you want up there either, or in the heaven. So that's why they look at procreation as a rescue mission. But I look at my advocacy against procreation and creation as rescuing, as an act of rescuing and safeguarding. Um, so maybe we both are rescuing, but I I'm just trying to help free people from being here because this is a mess too. It's some heaven, some peace, but it's to be missed, but it's probably the best that both can offer. But it's to free us. But I'm wanting to free us all from even from this. And I speculate that we can exist or escape it all by going permanent salvation. And we can use our energies to build a simulation or a form of being free from their simulations and reincarnation traps, soul traps, Falselight, soul trap, darkness, soul trap, Truelight, soul trap, whatever. But that's probably why Christ says you're the true light, so you can use the divine spark to create and co-create with him a new heaven, a new earth with him, which is what I consider like the permanent salvation. We can use our true light essence to upkeep, create the permanent salvation and safeguard ourselves, each other from going back to the oracle or the architect, to the Sheol, right, or to heaven or to hell. It can be achieved through what Yeshua was trying to get us to understand, to be of self-sustaining true light, of divine spark, to create that safe haven, free from both of them. It's just a thought. Yeah.